All right, welcome back, Ceramics One. This is a how to fix a pot that's maybe gotten a little bit too wide and you want it to be smaller. Okay, so this one is nicely done. We got this side working together, but this student decided, you know, this is getting a little too big. In order to stay within that 7 inches tall, they want to make it a little smaller to begin with. So this is actually a sewing technique. What you're going to do is you're going to take a fettling knife, and now it does have to be still soft and pliable. It can't be leather hard, it can't be greenware obviously, but what you're going to do is you're just going to take your fettling knife and you're going to cut a triangle like this. So there's like my marked triangle that I'm going to cut out. I'm going to cut that triangle out and then slip and score the sides back together. So you don't have to do this. This is only if you've made the choice to make your vase thinner in diameter. And this is how they make clothing so that it fits over shoulders and around the back. It's called a dart. So you take out that dart, and what we're going to do is we're just going to bend this together here and reattach it together just like you would have on your slab box. All right, so now that I've got that dart taken out, I'm just going to slip and score the edges here. And now this clay is still pretty wet, which is nice, because then I don't have to be so uptight about my slipping and scoring. If it was more leather hard, I would slip and score deeper and I would put more slip on and really try to work those edges so that they got to be the same moisture content. But I know that these are pretty similar already because I can feel that the clay is moist enough. So we should be pretty good in that sense. Now I've got this extra coil worked up here from the outside, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by gently pressing the bottom together. And we want that slip to squish out of the joint. So you can kind of see it almost looks like surgery. It's got like little stitches on there and stuff. Okay, and I really want to get that squishing out all of the surface. There's what the inside looks like. You can kind of see this slip on the inside as well. Now I'm going to take the inside, just like you would have on your slab box. I'm going to slip and score this inside. I'm going to take this coil, and this coil is a little bit flattened, just so I don't have to deal with it being so round. I'm going to flatten it out a bit, like so, and slip and score this surface. And attach it on the inside, right over that seam, just like you would on your slab box. I'm going to smooth it in just like you were supposed to on your slab box. Smooth those edges in. And now, once you're finished with that, on the outside, you still got maybe that like stitching mark there. You can, hold on. Now I'm going to take my knife and I'm just going to compress those edges together, just like I showed you on the demonstration of the coil pot, how to burnish the edges. You want to squish those edges together. Okay, now we've got kind of a little bit misshapen here. So at this point you would take the take a paddle, one of the paddles, like I showed you in the demonstration of how to paddle together your edges, and you would take that and you would paddle it like this and just get this edge to be more even. Okay, so I'm just going to paddle this edge together to get that more evened out, and make sure that I re-round this top portion here so that the pot has the same size dimensions that I want it to be. Now, I've done this on one side. If this student decides, you know, Mr. Lundgren, I want it even smaller than that, you would take a second dart, so here's the first dart, you would take a second dart out of the opposite side so that you're not doing both sides. And if you want it even smaller, you would then take out from the opposite sides here and here perpendicular to that first piece. Okay? So now you'll see that huge piece we took out and how much smaller it's made the diameter of the top rim. Okay? So that's how to make a dart for a pot that is too large in diameter while you're making a coil pot. Thanks for joining me.